Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Salam Media with myself, Salilo Makwidire, and we have some deeply tragic news coming out of Carletonville today. A devastating accident this morning has claimed the lives of 12 young learners and their transport driver. This heartbreaking incident has sent shockwaves through Gauteng and communities beyond. Our thoughts are with the families and friends of those affected. And to help us understand more about what happened and the steps being taken in response, we are joined by Obed, Sibasa, the spokesperson for Gauteng Traffic Police. Mr. Sibasa, welcome. And thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time here on Salam Media.
Thank you, and good afternoon to the listeners of Salam Media.
I think first and foremost, really tragic news. If you can give us, insight on what really happened this morning in Carletonville, just an overview of that accident and what really transpired.
Yes, what is tragic, major, it's a crash. When I talk of a crash, I'm referring to a one accident where more than 5 people get killed. What is disturbing is that, our kids, after holidays, the second day schools reopened, they were involved in a crash. Indeed, 12 passed on. The reason for the crash, we're not blaming anybody. However, RTMC is investigating. The taxi, Toyota Hi-Ace, was driving slowly on the slow lane when that occurred, and a Ford Ranger LDV with only the driver, it was involved in a head rear end type of a crash. It means they were bumped from behind, and unfortunately we lost our kids. Kids were traveling from Kokosi, Forgeville to Rocklands Primary School in the Blainford Eidsach area. That's Carletonville. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, we are disturbed. We are sad. However, as law enforcers, we hope and believe that the RTMC will come up with a thorough investigation to ensure that whoever that is cause of that particular crash, faces the full might of the law.
I know it's still early days, and there might not be much information on this accident. But as the Gauteng Traffic Police, at this point, do you know, if any of the vehicles, or if both of them were roadworthy? I think when it comes to scholar transport, we find in a lot of times that the vehicles that transporting these kids to school are not in good conditions. Sometimes you find that there might be more than an overload, with the amount of kids that are in the transport. Is there, anything that resembles that in this specific case?
Yes, we know that the vehicle was transporting 19 people. However, the challenge is that is why road traffic management, the crash investigators, are busy with that scene. You see, when the vehicle is bent beyond recognition, and I'm disturbed to talk about that. It's one thing that one would, wouldn't talk about. Out bodies, the car bent. Now, you cannot say until investigators come up with a report to say these are the defects on this particular car. You cannot even see whether the car had the car was roadworthy or not, because of the car has been bent down to ashes, including our learners. Now, yeah, one death doesn't equal to 12. That is indeed disturbing. But now our focus, honestly, we cannot say much. We cannot say the Ford Ranger was at the fault or the Hi-Ace was at the fault. wait for investigators to come back to us and say, this is what we picked up from that accident. However, as the Department of Community Safety, Gauteng Traffic Police, we're saying to the affected families, relatives, condolences. It is indeed disturbing. And worse is, I am responsible for that corridor, that is the Western Corridor, with regard to road safety. I'm equally disturbed. I'm not okay.
And just lastly, before I let you go, Mr. Sibasa, I'm sure there's a lot of work that awaits you. As you mentioned that you're responsible for that corridor. Scholar transport, it's an area in our communities that remains to be one of concern. A lot of scholar transports not in good shape, overloading kids in small vehicles. What actions is the province undertaking in making sure that scholar transport is safe, and the right people with the right qualifications when it comes to driving are responsible for ferrying kids to and from school, to avoid accidents like the one that we saw, the tragic one that we saw just now?
Each and every quarter, each and every day, if not month, after schools have reopened, we indeed, as road safety practitioners, go out and educate road users about safe road usage. We also deal with the question of learner transport. We visit schools and talk to learner transport operators. Majority do comply with regard to your documentation. I'm referring to your driver's license, PRDP. You cannot transport more than 12 passengers in a vehicle without a PRDP. Majority comply with roadworthiness of their motor vehicles. However, you will see those, what you call them, those fake, those that will take chances in operating as transport operators or drivers. Without a waste of time, we target those to ensure that there is compliance. And we check as to whether your vehicle is registered with the Department of Education. Number two, in terms of compliance, it is our duty in terms of, implementing law enforcement to ensure that motor vehicles that are on the road are roadworthy. Number three, there is no vehicle that is going to operate as a learner transport if it is registered outside Gauteng province. Those are the things that we look for. So, indeed, as Gauteng Traffic, we ensure that people comply. If you don't, amampela uzolala ubaliwe.
We hope that remains the case, Bob Obed. Thank you so much for giving us your time and shedding some light on this very, very disturbing incident. I'm going to let you go. I'm sure there's a lot of work that awaits you after this very, very tragic accident.
Yes, indeed. We've got a lot to do. We have got a lot to do to ensure that we put our foot on the ground so that there's discipline, people comply. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, there you have it. The Gauteng Traffic Police spokesperson, Obed Sibasa. They're just giving us insight on that horrific accident where 12 learners and a driver were killed after a scholar transport was hit by a bakkie in Carletonville. Imagine that. Only one day since schools have reopened and already 12 learners have lost their lives. And our thoughts and prayers here at Salam Media are with the families and friends of those affected. We're going to leave it here for now. Keep tuned in to Salam Media for more updates and breaking news. Goodbye.